Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Finds of Yesterday, and I am talking Avon today. I went to an auction and I bought a whole bunch of jewelry, and it almost all ended up being Avon. So I think the lady that was selling her jewelry was an Avon lady. So we're talking the history of Avon, and we're going to go through some of the pieces, and I'm going to show you what to look for if you're out looking at jewelry and can't decide if it's Avon or not. Well, let's dive right on in and see what I got here. So I went to this auction and I got all this jewelry for $32.50, and I probably would have got it really cheap if the auctioneer was the one bidding on it against me and nobody else was bidding. So anyway, I'm going to go through all of this jewelry pretty quickly, and then we're going to talk more about Avon jewelry because this lady, I think, was an Avon lady and sold jewelry. Most of these pieces are in really good condition, like they've never been worn. And I'm just going to summarize what I got, and then we're going to talk more about Avon in detail. So let's jump right in. Go up, let's start up here. I've got some pieces up here that I'm not sure are Avon. I know this one is, and I know this one is, and this one. And this comes with these two additional attachments. They're in Avon boxes and they're brand new. So let's go back over here. And she's got them sorted so nice. She's got them sorted by color. And I'll tell you one thing I noticed is how Avon jewelry is a lot thicker than some of the 1950s and 60s and 70s jewelry. It's a heavier metal. It's made a little bit better than some pieces, but it's still not a high price jewelry until you get into some of the designer pieces. These drawers are all just full. My favorite color. This one has a necklace with this blue necklace. Very pretty. Here's some more pieces that are gold. She liked gold, a whole lot of gold. There's some, looks like gold chains in there, but they're probably not 14 karat is my guess. Most Avon jewelry is not 14 karat gold. See how nicely she's got these colors separated? The tan one in here I want to test for Bakelite. Avon did use Bakelite, so there is a possibility that it could be stuck. This one's really pretty with this. And more necklaces. A lot of plastic necklaces. And gold. That's pretty, pink and gold. This one is a huge graduating pearl necklace with matching earrings. Pretty colors. I love this piece right here. I may keep that. And then we have white. And these pieces right here are all Avon. I did sort 2 drawers. These are not. I don't know if you can just see the quality just by looking in the separate drawers. See how thin them are? Then we got purple beaded ones. I think them are glass. These are some pearls. Not sure if they're real or not. They could be faux, even though they look like freshwater pearls. And a beautiful red and white. That looks like a nautical looking necklace. Then we have all these pull-out drawers. Look at that beautiful brooch. And some cameos. Some grandma pieces. And that looks like a stone. And we got a watch. We got some more nautical. These are really pretty. These heart ones. That reminds me of a typical Avon design because my mom used to get them from the Avon lady all the time. So did my sister. That's pretty. That's different. Has the matching earrings. We got some faux pearls and a heart pearl necklace. Oh, I remember the Avon lady at our house quite a bit. So my mom had a lot of Avon jewelry as well. This is a pretty stone. A lot of mix of stuff. I'm going to go through and sort all these, and I'm going to sort all the Avon ones. Then I'm going to come back and we're going to talk about the quality and how you can tell if it's an Avon piece. Some thicker gold chains. And some more beaded ones. These look like Indian style feathers. Alright, and then the last box is this miscellaneous grouping. These I'm sure are probably not Bakelite, but I'm still going to test them. I really do love this. You can see the stone on here. It's like a conglomerate of something, but I love copper, so that's why I really like this piece. These are interesting too. These remind me of my sister because she used to wear things like this, and let me guess, she probably got them from Avon. And this piece right here is really pretty. It's sparkly watch necklace. And there's a cameo pin. This one is a pull apart or a expandable that needs to be redone. Here's a Aurora Borealis ring and another ring, which is definitely not sterling because it's really tarnished. Got some Christmas things, Easter pins, some grapes, and this one's really neat. Really neat pendant. Interesting rock. So that's it. I'm just showing you quickly of what I got. Now we're going to go and sit down and talk about some of the different pieces and how you can tell if it's Avon. Alright, well let's just start with a little history about Avon. I don't know if you knew this, but Avon started way back in 1886. I didn't know they were around that long until I researched them. So they were mostly a perfume company at that time, and the founder was David McConnell. And not until the 1920s, he recruited some help from a lady named Persis Foster Eames Albee. What a name. I had to write that one down because I'd never remember it. Hiring this lady was to empower women to work for themselves, which we still do today. We're always empowering women to start their own businesses and work for themselves and be independent. And back then, they were selling stuff that women loved, fragrances and toiletries, to all the women in the U.S. So when David hired her, he started a multi-level marketing company. And I know everybody looks at that term like it's just horrible, but it is a way for women to make a profit. Back in the day, it was harder for them to start businesses. So this was a way that women could get out into the world and be more independent. So in 1938, they changed their name to Avon. And what they did was hired on all these different ladies. And I don't know if you remember the slogan, Avon calling. Well, they hired on thousands of Avon ladies by the 1938 time. But they didn't really start producing jewelry until 1965. Most of the stuff that they sold was perfume or cosmetics. It released its first jewelry collection in 1967, and they named that collection the Precious Pretenders. And it featured necklaces and earrings with sparkling rhinestones and filigreed metal covered in gold leaf. So by the 1971, jewelry got its own section in the Avon book. And Avon used gold, like a gold tone metal. They used resin, glass rhinestones, lucite, and thermosets. And by 1975, they were the world's biggest costume jewelry producer. Avon outproduced the other costume jewelry companies out there in 1975. It's amazing. So, some of the things that were trending in the 1970s as they were booming was cameos, but in resin, and bangles and with bakelite, Christmas tree brooches, Halloween jewelry, animal pins, just about every type of jewelry you can imagine. Avon jewelry is nickel free and hyperallergenic, so it was widely popular because of that. They also had designers come in as the times went on and produce some designer jewelry for them too, like Kenneth J. Lane and Elizabeth Taylor and some other ones. Off the top of my head, that's the only ones I can remember. I think there was Jose Maria Barrera and several others. But I think Celine Dion even did one for My Heart Will Go On for the Titanic. So anyway, let's jump right in, and I want to show you some differences in their jewelry compared to others and how to find their symbol on the jewelry. So here's just a rough view of all the jewelry I have out today. So one of the first things they produced since they were a perfume company was this type of a brooch. It actually opens up. If I can do this with one hand, it opens up and has a fragrance on the inside. And this looks kind of nasty. It's been here since the 70s, so I'm afraid to touch the inside. I can smell it from here. So the fragrance is still intense. See the symbol right there? Avon spells out their name with capital letters. And this closes up and has a pin on the back and has where the fragrance comes through the back of it. Here are some of the brooches that they've produced. I actually have earrings that match this. Very pretty rhinestone enamel. This one actually has a loop to hang, I guess. It's a pretty large loop. But if you look on the back of this one, this is a good example. See the little circle? It has a dot in it, but with the texture on the back of this pendant, it's kind of hard to tell. There is a dot in the center, and that is a symbol of Avon. So you'll see that, or you'll see the copyright symbol with the letters AVON next to it. And over here we have a set, which I was questioning in the beginning. This necklace definitely is an Avon necklace. It's thicker. See, it's got the little circle with the dot. They put that on smaller pieces of jewelry. And these guys are thinner. So I question whether they were Avon or not, and they are. If you look over here at these are not Avon. And see how thin the metal is and how they're pressed. Avon made their jewelry quite well. They were pretty proud of the quality of it. And they actually polished and cleaned their jewelry before they boxed it and sent it out to the customer. These are some really pretty rope necklaces, and there's one in silver and one in gold. And you can see the quality of these earrings. These are all Avon. Look at the quality of that compared to the other ones I showed you that were really thin. Look at the back side and the front, how thick they are. Here's another one and some more. The back side. You can see how thick and heavy they are. And then we have some really pretty sets. This isn't a set, this one, the rhinestone set, really pretty. They had some really good designers, I feel. It's unfortunate that Avon is not selling for more than what it should be, in my opinion. See, there's the copyright symbol with the word Avon on the back. And then we have some plastic. I think they're plastic. They're not lucite and they're not bakelite. I'm pretty sure they're like a plastic or a resin, but there is no clasp on these. And they're from 1987. And they're called the Color Shapes, and one's amber and one's turquoise. And these come with earrings as well. And this pretty heart rose. They used a lot of combination of materials, like the porcelain on there, and then on these ribbons, which I assume these are for breast cancer, but I'm not sure. They have enamel. And I wanted to show you some of the different clasps that you'll find on Avon. Here is some barrel clasps. See the different how they are screwed together, and you'll find them on several pieces. They also had it in a gold barrel. I haven't found any in silver, but that doesn't mean there isn't any. This one pearl piece in here is really pretty. It's got a heart pearl at the end. And these are like a lucite. Lucite's more transparent, so that's what makes me think these are all lucite. This one has some graduated beads on it, and I think they're more of a, they're not a stone. It's just a conglomeration, probably a resin. So when you're out and about, here's the clasp that you'll see, and this is where you usually find the word Avon on it. Look at the shape of these clasps. See that? That is unique, I think, to Avon. It's more like a teardrop shape, and you can see on these that it shows the copyright symbol and then Avon, and that's the shape. You'll see that on several of them. And I believe most of this jewelry is from the 1980s. They did clip earrings as well. That makes me believe them are older. Here's a pretty butterfly. Now this butterfly, I want to say is probably from the 90s. There's the clasp on it. And let me see if I can find the newer one. Here's the newer one. I believe this is more from the 2000s. That has more of a oval shape. So that's the differences in the clasps, and that should kind of give you an overall of what Avon jewelry looks like, and maybe you'll be able to pick it out when you're out and about. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. If I can't, I will research it for you and let you know. But thank you for joining me. I hope this was helpful. Hope you learned a little bit about Avon jewelry. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe, and we will come out with more videos just like this. Thanks for joining me.